tell us more about what happened in killing Slomo. Well, killing Slomo, yes. Hillary, Obama, what a pathetic pair, and Modesta in the back seat, jabbering on about flying saucers and things like that. Well, let's see what happened. Well, you see, Hillary, she was back in the new iron lung being pulled down the highway. But unfortunately, Obama had forgotten to bring his license, and they're very strict there in Indiana. So a policeman pulled him over, didn't believe he was Obama, arrested him, and left the whole crowd. Absent Obama, of course. That is our great leader of the past. They were left there. So Hillary, just stranded there. Modesto, he trying to jabbering on, trying to stand on the top of the pickup truck parked beside the freeway, and there she was inside that new iron lung with no dolly to put her feet up on. They had not added the dolly, they had just taken off, and up comes another pickup truck, and a young fella puts his head out and says, "Can I help you?" And Modesto says, "You sure can, young fella. You can help us get this old buggy back on the road." Well, at that, the boy said, "I think I've heard about you. My uncle is a plumber, and he said he had a lot of trouble. I don't know, are you going to pay me ahead of time?" And Modesto said, "Yes, we is going to pay you right now. How much you want, 1,000? The boy said, "Yeah, I believe I will. And while I work, can I smoke a marijuana cigarette?" Well, that's illegal, you know, the DEA and all that. "Well, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you with your call, in spite of the $1,000. I shall take the money, though." He started to leave, and Hillary came rolling out of her iron lung and said, "Young man, stop." She had fallen on her face and was down on her hands and knees at his feet. He looked down at her and said, "Madam, you resemble someone who my family members have warned me against." Hey, John. "And I'm afraid I cannot help you. I understand that you're going to kill Slomo if you can. If you can accomplish this deed, it's what you wish to do." And she said, "Young man, if you understood the big picture, you would agree with me that Slomo needs to be killed. And it's best if I do it, because I will do it mercilessly, which is more fun for him in a way. He can kind of be proud of himself." The young fellow was lighting a marijuana cigarette. And he said to himself, "Lady, I believe you have a very dark sense of humor, but I shall help you with this truck." At that, he pulls out a big knife, okay, switchblade, opens it, it's a stiletto, like the old days, and he jams the knife right smack dab into the back tire of the pickup truck. And then he closes the knife very calmly, puts it back in his pocket, and says, "Good day, my good fellows. I think I'll go listen to some Marley or one of the other songs, or maybe I'll listen to what Mary Alonzo, as Slomo has recommended. For I have no part in your cruel disorder. You must fathom the dark's evil depths alone, but with not the help of us potheads, which I represent in this story. I am willing to help to some extent, but to help you commit your villainous deeds, I will not. For now that THC has activated my brain, I have a conscience, and you, being your alcoholic, angry selves, unsatisfied, not seeing the big picture, you are subservient to me, and that's the reason you wish to limit the use of this THC compound gifted to us by the great God, which God said, "Hello, doggy." And so on. And so this pothead was going to run for some sort of office, political office, and try to bring a libertarian disposition to the top of the ticket. his state of Indiana. Great state, great basketball. Although they usually have been losing to Duke recently, I'm afraid Coach K has passed Bobby Knight's wonderful showing. Coach K now reigns on top of the basketball world, but that's another story. Coach K is not a globalist. He is a man that's patriotic, not only from his birth, from his training, but from his dedication to be one coach at one place, to be one person for the whole long duration of his existence. And as a result, he has made a lasting contribution to all of us out here that watch Duke basketball now. Bobby Knight, he supports Trump. Anybody with a brain, anybody with courage, anybody with the kind of outstanding invisible honor that seems to be the core part of Bobby Knight's character. You can see it on his face, his posture, his speech. You can see that he has a double dose of honor and loyalty. He is a good man. Any of us would be privileged and honored to have him in a foxhole or to have him as a friend. But I'm afraid that basketball is a whole nother subject, and it does not depend totally upon the coaches. So even if Bobby Knight were to come back on the scene and try to challenge Coach K, I'm not sure it would be a successful venture on his part, because Coach K is always getting the best talent. And I don't think that Indiana will be able to threaten the superiority of Duke anytime soon. Well, excuse me, a little parenthetical thinking there about the world of sport. Anyway, poor Hillary had been abandoned, and she was beside the freeway with her little entourage of people with a pickup truck with a big flat tire in the back with a visible puncture wound on the side of the back tire that was flatter than a noodle on the bottom. And guess what? There was a sudden burst of flame inside the iron lung, and the whole thing caught on fire. Well, Modesto, as he called himself, Modesto, or whatever his angle was, whatever his place in the circles of hell will end up being, we're not sure, but he is a character that my mind keeps floating back to, and he's out there mumbling about flying saucers and whatnot. That he seems to think that global warming is going to be the second most important thing to be aware of very soon, when the aliens come from behind the moon.